What's wrong, Jim?
He's back at it again, Batman.
Who, Jim? Who?
Tom King and his heroes in crisis. Can you stop him?
I don't know. He's cunning and predictable. But I have to try.
If he can't stop him, then we're all doomed.
Welcome to Joe's Geek Show, the video series where we talk comics, and I hope you enjoyed that opening skit. That was Nerdy Blurb TV portraying Commissioner James Gordon, and I think he did an amazing job, and I want to say thank you very much, sir. That was so much fun to have you inside of this opening video. So I want to give a very big special shout out to Nerdy Blurb TV. He reviews comics, talks about movies, and other nerd stuff. So if you don't know about him, I recommend you go check him out. I will pin a link to his channel in the comment section below. And now, on with the review. Heroes in Crisis, issue number 9. Written by Tom King and art by Clay Mann. Heroes in Crisis, issue number 9 is the final issue in Tom King's Heroes in Crisis storyline. This comic begins with more heroes standing in front of the robot counselor Matrix and telling their stories or just kind of making snarky remarks as per usual. We then head over to see the younger and older version of Wally as young Wally is getting ready to snap his older counterpart's neck. We then join Booster Gold, Batgirl, Blue Beetle, and Harley Quinn, who had just taken a time machine to the past right up to the time that Wally was about to kill himself. And it is also in this time that Harley is reunited with a resurrected version of Poison Ivy. We then go over to the two Wallys as the older version is consoling his younger self, saying the only reason you feel sad is because you are alone, but you are actually not alone. The other heroes then join around Wally, telling him that, hey, we've all done things, it's all okay, you don't have to feel sad. After what seems like a lengthy conversation, young Wally comes to his senses, but then realizes that they still need a body to leave so that events can happen as they did over the course of this series. Booster Gold says he'll just go ahead and get a clone from the 25th century, which will match Wally exactly. Therefore, no Wally needs to die. However, young Wally does make the notion that maybe he should sacrifice himself because he's a hero, and that is what a hero should do. However, Booster Gold says, we are all brothers and sisters, bros before heroes. To which Wally says, bros before heroes, as they fist bump. Harley then approaches Wally, letting him know, hey, like everyone else has said, we've all done things that we're not proud of. And so from the bottom of her heart, she goes ahead and knees Wally in the groin because he framed her and killed her girl. The issue then begins to wrap up with the body being placed where it needed to, Wally turning himself over to the Justice League, Booster Gold and Blue Beetle chilling out and drinking some beers, Harley and Ivy walking through the forest, Batgirl heading over to Sanctuary, and the issue ending with Wally in solitary confinement. And hot damn was this issue awful. Oh my gosh, like there was a part of me that was thinking, okay, maybe there's something that's gonna happen in this book that's just going to make up for all other 8 issues of this series, and maybe there was an explanation for something, because here's the thing, with Heroes in Crisis, like the ideas are there, it's just when you start applying them to characters who have certain personalities and certain traits, and then you start making them act like how they're not supposed to, then we start to disconnect from those characters, no longer being able to identify with them. As an example, we now know from this issue that it was Wally who took all of the files and sent them to Lois Lane, but Lois Lane deciding to print everything without first consulting her husband, who she's been married to for years and years and years. They even have a son together. It just doesn't work because Lois Lane, yes, she is a reporter. She's all about chasing the story, but as being Clark Kent / Superman's wife, she knows when to run with a story and when to drop a story. Then of course you have one of the biggest defenders in this book, Wally West, who is my personal favorite Flash, who has always been the bright, optimistic, fun part of DC Comics. And when he came back in Rebirth, it was one of the most beautiful moments I had ever read inside of a comic book, and it was just so depressing to watch him get torn down because he was the light, He was the rebirth of the DC universe. And what Tom King did was he took all of these amazing characters and he changed their personalities just to be able to fit his story. And also, as an issue in and itself, this book is really boring. It's mostly just them standing, talking. There really isn't much going on. It's just a bunch of, I'm sad because I feel alone. You're not alone. Okay. It's like things are kind of okay, but not really. And even how this book ended, it just felt like a really odd choice that, okay, you know, we're just gonna do a time travel thing that's gonna fix some of the things, you know, but if you have a time machine and you know Wally's already a killer, why not go back just maybe a little bit further to prevent, you know, everybody else dying instead of the convoluted, oh, let's just have 2 Wallys and then we'll go and get a clone body of another Wally so that we can place it so that everything in this story can happen. I mean, it just boggles my mind. You know, and then just reading all of the pages of the characters just facing front and trying to talk to this computer and just having none of the characters seemingly match up. I mean, Green Lantern, Hal Jordan Green Lantern, who has forged his Green Lantern ring out of pure willpower, says he doesn't even know what will is. Hal Jordan has been a Green Lantern for a long, long time and powers his ring through will because that is what the green power ring is. And he does not know what will is? Bro, turn your ring in. You are no longer worthy. Or at very least, get yourself a dictionary. It's not that hard. You know, it's crazy. It's almost like all of the characters across this series are just having some kind of identity crisis. Wait a minute. And in Identity Crisis, the heroes were taking the villains and erasing their memories. And maybe if they can erase the memories, they can implant new memories. And if they can implant new memories, then maybe a villain got a hold of the technology and started implanting false memories into the heroes, which means this book never actually happened and we're actually still in Identity Crisis. Or the book is just poorly written. Yeah, I'm gonna go with poorly written. And I gotta say, I am so glad that I never have to talk about Heroes in Crisis ever again. It's done, it's over. Let's move into the future to the next DC event. And if you've already read Heroes in Crisis issue number 9, I would like to know what you thought about this book and heck, maybe even about the entire series as a whole. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Please tell me why or why not in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. Ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. And as always, you can look in the links in the description down below to get access to my Twitter, my Facebook, my Instagram, and much more. All right, take care, have a great day, and as always, stay geeky.